Ladies and gentlemen, I just have to give a big thank you, and before we start off the match, yes, I have a major announcement. I will be one of the casters alongside 3 others for the upcoming monthly finals, and so I am so excited. And so to practice, actually, me and the caster that's going to be in my duo pair up on the official stream, we did this episode for you guys, and so you can get a little bit of a preview of what this is going to sound like. Thank you so much. Absolutely amazing. Big W for all of us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Kendo here, and guess what? We have a guest. My co-commentating guest today is going to be the fabulous doobsnax. Please say hi to the people.
Dr. Kendo, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be doing a little bit of commentary action alongside Doc.
Absolutely, dude. I appreciate it. And we are looking at actually some teams that are... This comes from the Open Qualifier, so this would have been about last weekend when we were recording this right now. We have to kind of talk like, this is going to be uploaded in the future because, of course, it can't be announced just yet, but... We are actually going to be a commentating duo, my friend doobsnax. We'll just spend, 10 seconds to say this, but yes, you and I going to be commentating the upcoming tournament, and this will be for the monthly finals in February.
I mean, my mic is already on fire just at the thought of us doing that commentary. I couldn't be more excited. And look at this, contesting the Audinos early. And that's the left side team that's going to go ahead and pick it up.
Very nice. And so we're seeing purple. It's kind of, we're looking at somewhat of a mirror matchup, but you're noticing, of course, the substitution really of Pikachu for Bulbasaur right here on the bottom path. Notice that Slowpoke, we should say, goes down, and Bulbasaur nice and early.
I mean, Lunchbox is feeling it. That's 2 KOs, as of course the orange team's Lucario is scoring up top, but we're not concerned about this because the action in the bottom lane is banging right now, and notorious Professor Scam, look at them, already a Slowbro. They're already out-leveling the other side of the squad here, and even what I'm most excited about is that Greedent running roughshod all over this map.
That's right, and this is so key, right, is to take down a Bulbasaur nice and early. So anybody taking them down early is great, of course, we know that. But a Bulbasaur, if you can make this thing useless, it's a little bit of a longer trek to get to Venusaur when you're on the bottom lane sharing that experience with these other 2. And so that was, again, a very crucial kind of early KO there.
A big KO by the orange side's Lucario up top, but not a lot of experience from those Bees went to the orange squad in the bottom, and they're still getting out-leveled. We still see the Bulbasaur, we still see the Gossifleur, and that is not a recipe for success if you're sitting on orange side of the board, and they need to find a way to stem the tides a little bit here and bring things back into their favor.
Right, we saw SWAT Phantom kind of look like it was sweating a little bit actually from here, but Sandra Cheeks right now going to be dropping in these points. Greedent, great for that, of course. We all know this. Greedent, that beefy squirrel, able to just drop in some of these point values, usually 1 to 10, 1 to 6 even. No point values too small for that kind of strategy, especially if you're on that top path just scoring and scoring and scoring endlessly.
Yeah, they're probably going to be using that attack weight as well, which makes that scoring even more important. It's not necessarily about the amount, it's about the number of times you get to score to get that attack up. You love to see it, and Greedent, that Sandra has to be feeling good in the top lane here, facing off against this Lucario, although they are a bit under level.
Right, you notice that was kind of an interesting miss on the E-Speed. It's not very typical, right? And so we are noticing, of course, that we're going to be looking at Dread somewhat soon, but first we got to hit that 720 Bs. That'll kind of be the first prize for everybody. So we are seeing that kind of song and dance where some people are in the tall grass and others are just sort of doing the loop-de-loops, right? The circles. So that's the the very familiar dance, I would say, that when you're trying to wait for that objective to spawn, and look at how quick that went down.
Breaded Toast in there getting on everybody's case here, and that Firebird is able to take a KO here on one of the players, on Orange.
Right.
Wow, losing my train of thought here as Professor Scam's going to try and turn the tides here as Dreadnought has arrived, and now Orange team is getting pushed back because of these level disparities.
Well, you know why that might have happened is because there's actually a lot going on right here, right at this second, and we do love to see that, but maybe it's a commentator's curse, right? It's a caster's curse sometimes with the speed of how much a Unite game moves in just 10 seconds. So look at this Dreadnought. It's going to get bursted down about half right now. Notice that Brave Bird coming in, and they are just making mincemeat out of some orange, but a trade-off with Purple Slowbro out.
Yeah, 2 down on orange, 1 down on purple. We're working through, and who's going to clutch out this Dreadnought? Pop it up on the screen for us. There you go. It is the green Sandra Cheeks able to do some work, and that's off the back of a KO streak of 2 by Breaded Toast. They're looking good, too. KO streak of 3. Oh, my. The screen couldn't even keep up with how much stuff was going on, and neither can we, as we're watching everybody collapse onto this Rotom here. Both orange and purple see that objective as the next prize.
You're too right. I mean, that Rotom is up, just waiting to be hit, am I right? But we are seeing just about 6 minutes now going to be on the clock, and it was actually kind of neck and neck, just even, you could look back maybe 30 seconds ago, 40 seconds ago. But Purple really picking that up. You know, you saw Sandra Cheeks earlier scoring in that 40. I mean, that's kind of huge for when you're in that mid-game. So very nice from them. They are going to be hitting that Rotom, but notice the Combi and Vespiquen combo going down first, and then a lot of pressure put on at Purple on this top pad.
Here comes Breaded Toast to try and put some pressure and help the squad out. That's a Unite move by Breaded Toast, and they catch somebody, and that's a Slowbro taking out the opposing Slowbro on Orange, and now they're pushing into the lane as Sandra Cheeks is on the back of Breaded Toast, and they're sending Orange scrambling down their lanes for safety as they're able to get some points here in this top goal zone and shatter it by 11 points.
Very nice, right? And so when you only have, 11, 10 to break it, you obviously do go for somebody that maybe has a 40, maybe has a 50 if you're in that stage of the game and stuff. So always overcap that if you can, of course. You gotta pay attention to what the match needs and who's putting the pressure on. But that will be nice with the Rotom in there. But Orange is going to try to make sure that this just does not touch down. They have a pretty good stacked defense for that.
Doing their best impression of an Uber driver is the Purple squad trying to just escort in that Rotom but fall just a bit shy and decide to reel back and start working their way towards Dreadnought to ensure that they have good posturing there. We're going to take a look as we see the farmer, that's the Talonflame, come down because they're going to be that secure that this Purple team needs to really help they ensure this Dreadnought goes to them. And that goal zone sitting at a very, very chewable 10 points left, and that's a prime opportunity for an overdunk if you can go ahead and get this Dreadnought as well. But they're engaging right into the Orange team as Lucario gets caught but is not taken down, and now Breaded Toast is just getting worked through by Orange, by Purple. They're just birds flying back and forth, and Sandra Cheeks is sending them reeling as all of Orange is just collapsing back down towards this Dreadnought.
Oh, you have to love the birds going back and forth. I'm sure you saw that movie Birds back in the days. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it would be a shame if we didn't mention, you notice that Venusaur kind of almost stole, you could say. It was just a nice sneaky 40 up on that top lane earlier on. Notice that they are, right side team will take that Dreadnought. So Orange kind of looking nice here, to get that push, because I think that's the momentum that they would want and need. But notice that Purple is not going to let that happen too easily because they're pushing right back.
They are not letting this Experiencer shields get them down. They are working straight into the face of this Orange squad here, who, as we looked, closed that experience disparity by getting that Dreadnought. But now everybody seems to be peeling their own direction, not wanting to get caught this late in the game, want to build up their Unite moves, because I think this one, Kendo, is going to come down to the Zapdos.
I'm starting to feel that too. You notice just how much, look at all these higher point values. Every single person on Orange, they obviously really don't want to be KO'd at a point like this. But then you have to wonder, do we score? Do we kind of wait for that, let's say, final stretch? Maybe some of us are going to score, maybe not. That's up to the team, and that's up to what the match demands. But we're also seeing Sandra Cheeks sitting pretty with a 50 right now, and that Rotom right there on screen. So they are seeing that they're in the lead, but I think you know as well as I do, right? Don't be too comfortable at this kind of a Unite match.
The worst thing we can see here is one team giving themselves up with a bad KO to the other, because that's an easy way to just slide the experience and put your team at a disadvantage, and especially if you're Orange, lose those full pockets that you have. And look at this, just Purple working through the Rotom, prioritizing that, and Orange prioritizing this bottom goal zone as they're moving as a unit, going to try to close that thing out before Zapdos, and they do.
And that's the key, right? Because when we were talking before about, do you score? Do you wait for the final stretch? You don't wait if it's too long, right? And so that was the thing, is that we did have a good solid, 3:20 or so on the clock. And notice that Purple's going to do the same. I mean, they get the Rotom, so that's kind of an advantage where you can do such a thing, right? So score in that 50, and it's going to take, less than a second, right? So looking good. We are going to be seeing a Zapdos. I think it's about to get crazy in just about 3 seconds.
Look at this, though. That goal zone is going to be unlocked for a quick score, plus 100. If you just saw Sandra Cheeks dunk that in, that is going to give them the huge lead, and that is a big play and well-timed as this engage is kicking off, and now the impetus is on Orange to bring this thing back in their direction. The Unite moves are flying, and they are all over each other. Unite moves swiping some people off planet Earth. That's going to be a cotton crash right in the gut, taking out the opposing Eldegoss as they're working through each other. One player down on Orange, and they're the ones that need the bodies in this battle right now, and they're working through, and there's another Unite move by the counter Venusaur, and they're punching. Breaded Toast on the verge, they're working through. Pikachu on the left-hand side goes down. Slowbro on the left-hand side goes down. And now Orange might have the gap they need to start burning down this Zapdos, but nobody has collapsed on it as this Lucario is just putting in work. Take that Zapdos, Orange. Take that Zapdos now.
It is very, very close. And so you notice the Notorious, that was the Eldegoss on purple, was running away looking like it was about to become a salad. You notice that there was an attempt to steal, but Orange will get that Zapdos. That is just what they needed, especially with just a minute left. This is going to be critical, crucial for both teams. So let us see how they respond as the Hundos get dunked in on those charged goals.
Straight Hundo burgers going in for this Orange squad, straight ducats. But we just saw the Eldegoss get an 80 banger in downstairs. We're taking a look. The score's closer than this game might feel right now. How is Purple going to respond here? Get it together, group up. You have 40 seconds. We know how much work can be done in this amount of time. They need to be together, and they're taking the body right now to get some KOs, to give themselves that opening to go ahead and get some scores in. But Talonflame not going out without a fight here, able to take down somebody on Purple.
This is where it gets dangerous if you are looking at Orange possibly seeing that score. It was very good to get that 28 right now from the Slowbro, but the reason it's dangerous is just get that Talonflame in, and then we already are looking at a different game right here for Purple. So we just have to see. It's 10 seconds left. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? The Cotton Cloud crash on that bottom lane goal.
They close it out.
Yes, it happened,
Plus 84.
ladies and gentlemen.
Is
the
that
84.
They were down by 79, I think. I don't think anybody else scored. I think that did it.
Holy, we're going to see the score breakdown because that was just absolutely bonkers, for lack of a better word. Ladies and gentlemen, what? The 587 for Purple. They will be victorious. That was absolutely clutch. Dude, what do you think?
Oh, the key moment for me was sending that Rotom down the lane. We watched the ticker. There was a 2-second gap from when the 2-minute mark hit, and we went into straight Ducats zone. And then we saw Sandra Cheeks take advantage of that to get her 100 points in, get their 100 points in, and then immediately get back to the battle that was occurring. And that is what allowed that gap to be shot up by Purple. They recollected and were able to make a counter pushback, getting Breaded Toast. That is 84 points in and sealing up the win. That is a class act and just a masterclass in don't give up.
You are absolutely correct. I think truer words have not been spoken. The only last note that I would have is look at Lunchbox with the goose egg. Purple still able to pull that out. Very nice, very wonderful. Nobody wants the 0 points, but when your team can pull that out, isn't it great? Wow, that's the kind of Unite match that we want to see.
It absolutely is. Dr. Kendo, it's been a real pleasure. Again, thank you for having me. An amazing game and amazing content.
Absolutely. Thank you. The pleasure is also mine. So, ladies and gentlemen, catch us on Saturday, of course, for the tourney. We're going to be casting both EU and NA, so let's get hype. Me and doobsnax will be joining another duo. We'll keep that a mystery. Of course, it's going to be announced on their Twitter, but you know, well, I'll keep it mysterious here for anybody who hasn't heard, and thanks for viewing.